15K giveaway. Instagram, what's happening? Appreciate all the followers. Shout out to Fig Ops Toys for making this happen. And shout out to everyone who followed me and who participated into this giveaway. So hopefully one of you guys who deserve the Red Hulk win. Good luck to everyone who has participated. But I'm going to have my son pick a name up. All I'm going to do is just scan from up to down and have him stop me whenever he wants to stop me and him just point at wherever he wants. Ready, Bubba?
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell me when to stop.
Stop. Him.
Him?
Yeah, he's good.
There it is. You are the winner. YouTube, what's happening? Welcome back to another Pounds 978 custom video. And today I want to talk to you guys about Corona Venom. No, I'm joking. It's not even a joke. Actually, this is Angelo Fortunato, son of a mob boss. A lot of people aren't too familiar with this Venom. I really wasn't until I saw him on the Spider-Verse cover, and then I was very interested in who this guy was. Someone asked me to commission him, and so here he is. There's a story behind the commission too, and maybe I'll fill you in a little later. But this is a pretty cool looking Venom. It's different compared to the Eddie Brock that we're all familiar with. And so when I was asked to make it, I said yes, because he was already on my to-do list anyway. All I had to do was figure out which body I wanted to use. And coincidentally, I already had this body in preparation for another Venom. This is supposed to be the movie Venom after I made the movie Venom in 2018. But I never worked on this. This is a Death's Head body, if you're wondering. We'll get into the recipe a little later, but this body was one of the worst to prepare. This and Omega Red were the two worst bodies to prepare as far as like for paint rub and stuff. And the head was kind of improvised, like a last minute decision. I didn't really even have a recipe for the head. I just kind of threw it together and I'm not too mad at it. Yeah, he looks like a beaver, right? Or some type of rabid animal. But that's the way he looks in the comics, so I gotta give myself a little credit. It looks kind of accurate. The body, I'm not gonna lie, it isn't my favorite body. Death's Head is really tall. He's really taller than a lot of action figures. He's almost the size of a Build-A-Figure. He's almost the size of Absorbing Man. As a matter of fact, his arms are Absorbing Man arms. Death's Head has that big cannon on his right arm, and his shoulders and biceps both have like sculpted lines on it, so I couldn't do anything with that. And as far as the size comparison go, you can see he towers over a lot of the bigger figures. So he is good for Venom, and shout out to the Foosh for that image. As far as articulation goes, it's not a bad figure. It does a lot. It doesn't have any butterfly joints, but the head goes up. It turns left and right if you want to turn it. The ab crunch works really well on this figure too, by the way. The legs split. You get double jointed knees, ankle pivot and hinge, but you get some single jointed elbows and this really cool gun holding hand. No, I don't know. Absorbing Man had this to hold his ball and chain, but Venom doesn't hold any guns. Some Venoms do. Punisher Venom holds guns, and I think Angelo Fortunato would probably hold a weapon because he's a chump. After Eddie Brock decided to reform and try to make something of his life, he put the Venom symbiote for sale at an auction to raise money for charity. Don Fortunato bought the suit to try to make a man out of his son Angelo. Eddie warned Angelo of the risk involved using the symbiote, but Angelo decided that anything was worth the risk to escape a life of constant ridicule. Angelo quickly made use of his new Venom persona by attacking the school where Peter worked as a teacher and killed one of his former classmates. They finally clashed on the roof, where Angelo appeared to kill Spider-Man by apparently ripping out his heart. However, this victim was actually an imposter attempting to profit off Spider-Man pictures. The real Spider-Man decided to stop holding back after this, and the villain fled after his humiliating defeat. Seeing that Angelo was a coward, the symbiote detached from him in midair and Angelo fell to his bloody death. So people know him to be the worst Venom in history because Venom didn't want to be with them. But Venom's like that if you really go down in the comics. He's very
Ay, Dios mío, I don't know. Why is you whistling? You see the muchacha? Speak up, speak up.
All right, I stuttered. You got me. He's very specific on who he attaches himself to, right? Who he bonds with, because usually it has to be a personality that will bring the best out of Venom. And anyway, Angelo Fortunato was like 120 pounds soaking wet, which is like small fry. I wonder what his age was. And you know, it's not his fault that he's not like his father, a big boss, Mr. Don. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his Don protected his son and he kept them all scared in the house. And now he just wanted to like impress his dad, but he just didn't have the balls to do so. And that's not his fault. That shit happens in a lot of like rich people or powerful people family, or people who come from nothing. They raise their kids with everything, and they keep them away from the lifestyle that they once lived or still do. Anyway, maybe I'm just getting too deep. Quick size comparison up against a Pizza Spider-Man, symbiote Spider-Man, but the body, you know what I mean. And he is pretty tall. Then comparing with more Venom, you got Lee Price on the left and then Eddie Brock on the right. All look really good together, but you see what I mean, that Death's Head body is pretty big. He's pretty Build-A-Figure size. He's just not as wide as a Build-A-Figure would be, but if you want to compare him to Absorbing Man, then yeah. 3 Venoms, Lee Price, Angelo Fortunato, and Eddie Brock. Which one is your favorite? I like all Venom designs, man. And again, this reminds me of that Venomverse cover. Pulled out a toxin head, shaved down the teeth, spiked them out a little bit, added sculpt on the side of the face to make it a little more round, and then painted it. I tried to go with this image here. This is the final blow right before he kills the imposter. And then there's the logo right when I did this. I think early January when I first started this. It was easy. It just took me a minute because I postponed it for a while. Wasn't sure what head to go with, but decided to go with Toxin because he already had the eyeballs and the Venom outline. I decided to just cover mine up with sculpt and then repaint it completely. And to be honest, it looks okay. It looks not bad. I mean, it's not the best, but it works. But there it is. You've seen my Angelo Fortunato. Let me know what you think about this Venom down below in the comments section. I read all the comments, by the way. Sometimes I don't respond because I'm working on other things, but believe me, I read every one. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you want to see more customs like this, let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Appreciate it.
But if you choose to subscribe, you the man. Yes, you. Everyone below in the comments, yes, you too. Thank you very much for showing me love. Who knew? It's ironic how we think out the box for you too, right?
When you get there, make sure you keep in touch. Type in your email address so you can get emails and updates on what they have and what the pre-orders are going to be. You'll be first to know in the community. That way you can take your pictures and share them around. Bam, get your cool points. You guys know my email. I am 978customs@yahoo. Thank you so much. And you'll get a 5% off your purchase. That's my code. You can't have it.